Hi everybody, welcome to Queen Bee's Kitchen. You're in for a special treat today. We are making paleo, gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. This is my go-to recipe anytime it's my turn to bring dessert. You ready for some yumminess? Let's get to it. Okay, let's go over our ingredients. We're gonna need coconut palm sugar, maple syrup, some salt, almond milk. I like to use the unsweetened vanilla, but you can use plain. We need coconut oil, baking soda, baking powder, vanilla, almond butter. You can get in a jar. I just happen to get the fresh ground creaming. We're gonna need chocolate chips. I like to use the semi-sweet Lily's because they're sugar-free. They're sweetened with stevia. That keeps it paleo. If you aren't being paleo conscious, you can use regular chocolate chip cookies. I recommend semi-sweet, and then almond flour. You're also going to want a hand mixer or a standing mixer and a bowl. I love that this is a one bowl recipe. I don't have to dirty lots of dishes. And preheat your oven at 350 degrees. Get a cookie sheet ready with either some parchment paper or a cookie mat on it. You can also lightly grease it. Okay, we're gonna start with 2 cups of almond flour or almond meal, either one. If you use almond meal, it's going to be a little heartier. If you use almond flour, it'll be a little lighter. So we're going to do 2 cups of almond flour. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of almond butter, and I'm going to give this a really good stir here because it's kind of thick. And there is our oven at temperature. So we're going to do a 1/4 cup of almond butter. Make sure that measures out correctly. Yep. 1/4 cup almond butter. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of the coconut palm sugar. And again, I love this because everything is just in one bowl. I don't have to mix wet and soft and all that stuff together. 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and it's okay if it is still pretty hard. It's not going to be a big deal. You know, for many years I was a Boy Scout troop leader, and I could always tell which girls cooked with their moms or their grandmas at home because they were very diligent about measuring things and leveling things. And so the girls who just kind of plopped things together, they were the ones I knew they hadn't quite cooked at home yet, and they were actually some of my most favorite to cook with. Okay, we got 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of our almond milk. There's some of our wet ingredients. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Not pancake syrup, guys. We need actual maple syrup. 2 tablespoons of that. Okay. We need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. If you can get the pure vanilla, it'll be the best. So 1 and then 2. We need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Allow me to dry this for a moment. One teaspoon of baking powder. And a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. and a half a teaspoon of salt. And this is kind of hard to do with a grinder. Okay, and now we're gonna mix this, combine it all the way through, and then we'll add the chocolate chips. So I'll meet you after I combine this. Okay, so we're all nice and mixed up, and now we're just gonna add our 1/4 cup of chocolate chips and just combine those in. All right, now we're ready to just drop them onto our cookie sheet. So I've already prepared my cookie sheet. I have a cookie mat on here, and we're just gonna do spoonfuls. It doesn't spread very much at all. So pretty much you can stack them pretty close to each other. I'm just gonna do just little chunks like this. I can probably get 8 of them on this cookie sheet. And then we're gonna cook them for 12 minutes at 350 and then let them cool. So we'll see you back after the first tray comes out. All right, our timer has gone off. The kitchen smells amazing. We wanna go ahead and make sure we put pot holders on and pull out our beautiful cookies. Now remember, they're not gonna get super brown like a traditional cookie because we're using almond flour. We didn't use any coconut flour or traditional flour, so it does get a little brown, as you can see, but see, they didn't spread out very much. And I'm just gonna let them rest for about 2 to 3 minutes and then let them cool completely on a cooling rack. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I love making these cookies. I get asked to make them all the time, whether or not you are a gluten-free follower or just someone who's looking to watch their carbs. This is a great way for you to have a little bit of a cheat and not ruin your dieting. Have a great weekend, everybody.